Then today we will discuss EMF, back EMF of a DC motor, or sometimes we can say that the EMF developed in the armature of our DC motor. Then if we start, let take some point, some parameter initially, then we will go to derivation. Let phi will be the flux per pole and whose value is calculated in Weber. Next will be the P, that is number of poles on stator winding, and Z will be the total number of conductor in armature, and A will be the number of parallel path and N will be the speed of rotor in revolution per second, that is RPS, and N will be the speed of rotor in RPM. Speed of rotor in RPM. Then there are two approaches to find the back EMF or to evaluate the back EMF in any rotating machine. One will be our Faraday law approach, and another will be our BLV approach. We in some previous classes we already used this Faraday law approach. In a similar fashion, for calculation of back EMF in DC motor, we also use this Faraday law approach. Then according to Faraday laws, that is according to Faraday law of electromagnetic induction, what it say? It says the EMF induced is equal to that is d phi by dt, that is change in flux divided by dt, or we can say that is change in linkage flux to the T is nothing, it is time taken for one revolution by, that is nothing, by our rotor, or we can say that our armature. What will be the change in flux? The change in flux, the net flux, if we say that, then this change in flux is equal to our nothing, it is a total flux is phi is flux per pole, and P will be the total number of pole. For example, it is our 2-pole DC machine. If it is a 2-pole DC machine, then the flux will be 2 into phi. So similarly, in general wave, flux will be P into phi, and the time taken is nothing, it is equal to 1 by revolution per second, or we can say that it is equal to NP into phi. We can say that it is equal to NP and phi. This will be the EMF. Or also we can say that this NP phi, we know that this N is nothing, N is revolution per second. If we go to in capital second, capital N, that is revolution per minute, that means this 1 minute is equal to our 60 second. 1 minute is equal to our 60 second, or we can say that this small n is equal to n by 16. Then we can say that this is equal to NP phi divided by 60. NP phi divided by 60. If we change this revolution of rotor from revolution per second to the revolution per minutes. Revolution per minutes. Is any doubt up to this point? Any doubt up to this point? Hello? Hello? Are you there? Hello? Hello? Are you there? Okay, okay. Then we can say that this EMF, or simply we can say that E is equal to NP phi upon 60. If there will be Z number of conductor in rotor and A number of parallel path, if let this will be equation 1, then equation 1 become this E is equal to nothing, it is equal to NP phi 60 divided by Z is multiplied by Z is the number of path into A. This will become for our NP phi Z upon 60 into A. So that EMF is known as a back EMF, or we can say that it is equal to EB. In case of generator, it is EG. In case of motor, it is a EB. So we can say that this EB is equal to NP phi Z upon 60A. Upon 60A. This will be the back EMF, and it is written in volt, and its SI unit is volt. Or if we say that, the NP number of pole is fixed, number of conductor is fixed, A is constant, this C is constant, then this EB is also written as some constant K into N into phi, and this K constant is known as motor constant, where Km is nothing, it is a motor constant, and its value is equal to, the value for motor constant is equal to Km is equal to nothing, it is equal to phi Z upon 60A. This will be the value for our motor constant. This will be the value for our motor constant, where Z is number of conductor and this A is constant, this is constant, P is the number of holes. It is dimensionless quantity. This motor constant is a dimensionless quantity. Or from that we can know that this EB is directly proportional to N, that is speed, and directly proportional to flux. That means this back EMF is largely depend upon our change in speed or change in flux. But if sometime this speed may be given, and if speed is in mechanical, if speed is given in mechanical speed, because we get a shaft on power on shaft, it is in mechanical. If it is in mechanical speed, so it is equal to omega of m, and this omega of m is nothing, it is equal to 2 pi n by 60. 2 pi n by 60. So that means this n by 60 is here, this n by 60 is replaced by, then this equation can be written as omega of m p phi z 60 is already available, divided by a, this is also our EMF equation if it is given in mechanical speed, but it largely depend upon the our this speed of rotor and flux developed by the field winding of our uh, stator, because in DC motor the field winding is in stator. So this will be the back EMF equation, which is similar to our EMF equation of a generator. There will be no changing parameters, again remain same. Now if we go to after this equation, this will be the equation. We are able to develop the equivalent circuit diagram. See this. This is our stator, north pole, south pole, and this is our rotor, in which we have a number of conductor. And these conductor are capable to develop the back EMF. That means this back EMF is developed in this our armature. And from this commutator we give supply plus and minus. See here, plus and minus. We give supply to the commutator, and commutator convert this DC supply into AC and go back that supply flow or that current flow in the armature winding, which are capable to develop this back EMF. And this back EMF is further depend upon these two parameter n and phi. That is, n is rotation, जिस rotation से ये हमारा armature move करेगा, and these are the field magnet which are excited by a another terminal Z and double Z, and these are terminal A and double A, from which we give the supply. That means for motor we have to put four connection supply, that is one Z double Z, A double Z. We have to put input supply within all this. That means doubly filled motor. If you want to develop the equivalent circuit from this our arbitrary, or we can say that this constructional view, we are able to develop equivalent circuit. This is nothing. We have source, start from this side. We have a one source and it is a DC source. We can put by plus minus. That means it is a voltage source. From input voltage is given. For example, take this as a V input. If this will be the voltage, after that we have a commutator which convert it into DC into AC. Then we have a armature winding, and current flowing through this armature winding is a IA, and this armature winding has some resistance. So we can put here as a resistance. And then it is armature, and armature we have nothing, the generated back EMF, which is in the form of our EB is in the form of AC, or if it is a DC motor, so EB can be written as back EMF is developed here, and then we get output. And another are these field Z and double Z. These are excited by either sometime this source or either by another source. So we can say that these are the field winding. The point will remain, either they may connect with this point or they may connect with this point. This will be the Z double Z, and current flowing that field winding is IF. This is the resistance of our field winding, these winding, north and south winding, and which are capable to develop our flux. These winding are capable to develop our flux, and this will be the our armature, and RA is the resistance, IA is the current flowing through this resistance, V is the input voltage. And if we introduce the effect of voltage, this brush contact, so we can introduce, this will be positive brush and this will be negative brush. So this will be our brush contact resistance. This will be RA, this will be EF. If we write the EMF equation, what will become? This input voltage is equal to, this will be the voltage कहाँ पे ड्रॉप, किसके क्रॉस ड्रॉप, जो हमारे पास ब्रश वोल्टेज के क्रॉस ड्रॉप है, प्लस IA RA plus EB. That is according to our KVL. Apply the Kirchhoff's voltage law. The total input EMF is V in, and after that this will be voltage drop, then this will be IARA drop, and this will be EB. So for that we have concluded that this input voltage is always greater than EB. But for general calculation, this voltage drop is very low. And consider as a approximate 0. Then this equation will become this IA RA plus EB. Now how the EB will affect? EB will be calculated by V in minus IA RA. So this will be the back EMF equation of our DC motor. That means this V in is always greater than EB because it is the source of energy. The energy which is given by this source, initially there will be some voltage drop across these carbon brushes, that is 1 volt per brush, as we have already studied in our course, our commutation. 1 volt per brush. So then we have a 2 volt, so this will be 2 volt. Then IA, what amount of armature current is flowing, then the resistance of armature winding, these winding, and this will be the for field winding. This will be back EMF equation, and it will be equivalent. This will be the equivalent circuit diagram of a DC motor. Depend upon further connection. It will be series, shunt, compound, or separately excited DC motor. And this is the power flow. From this side to this side, power is flowing. From this input to this side, power is flowing. Now, go to another parameter, that is torque developed in DC motor. So how much torque is developed, as a result of which this rotor will be moved. As a result of which this motor rotor will be moved or armature will be moved. Then if we want to develop the, we know that the input power to motor, what will be the input power to motor? That is nothing, it is P input, that is either in term of electrical, it is nothing, it is V in IA. V in IA. If this system is taken as a our lossless system, so this can be written as EB into IA. It is when system is a lossless. System is a lossless. Lossless means there will be no power losses in system. जितनी power हमने दी है V in किसके बराबर है, EB के बराबर है. This will be taken as equation 1. This will be input power to motor. Then what will be the output power to motor? Output power of motor, or we can say that this is nothing, it is shaft power, जो हमें shaft में मिली, shaft power. It is mechanical power. We can say that P mechanical is equal to omega into M into torque developed in the motor. Torque developed in the equation motor. Then equating equation 1 and 2. दोनों पावर है, एक इलेक्ट्रिकल पावर है और एक मैकेनिकल पावर है. We can equate this equation. Equating equation 1 and 2. We get, if we equate equation 1 and 2, then we have this is equal to omega M torque developed is equal to EB into IA. Then this developed torque is equal to EB IA divided by omega M. Omega M is nothing, it is equal to 2 pi n by 60. 2 pi n by 60. So we can take that this omega n is here, it is equal to EB IA, then 60 is taken as upward, it's equal to 2 pi n. It is taken as a 2 pi n. Also, if we see that this will be the equation, if we see that the value for EB is equal to we have already known that is P phi n z upon 60A. अगर हम इस इक्वेशन को भर दे तो हमारे पास टॉर्क क्या हो जाएगा, देन इक्वेशन 3 बिकम EB is equal to this P phi z n upon 60A जो रही हुई है हमारे पास, वो क्या है, दैट इज इक्वल टू IA 60 divided by 2 pi n. Then if we concluded point, this n will be cancel out, 60 will be cancel out, the remaining is equal to this TD is equal to P phi z IA upon 2 pi into A, because cancel is 60, A is remaining. From this equation we also concluded this P is constant, this Z is constant, 2 pi is constant, A is constant. Then this equation can be also written as developed torque is equal to K, K, phi, I, A, where K is nothing, it is torque constant of motor. इसको आप कर दीजिए KT, KT, that is torque constant of motor. And what will be the its value? KT is nothing, it is equal to Pz upon 2 pi. If we say that this will be the similar as that in motor constant. See here, Pz upon 60 है, motor constant बोलिए या torque constant आप बोलिए, it will be the same value. Then we can say that this developed torque is directly proportional to flux as well as directly proportional to armature current. That means it further depend upon our armature as well as armature current as well as flux developed on the motor. And if we correlate these two equations, this back EMF depend upon speed and flux, and this depend upon armature current and flux. Only one parameter is changes, that is armature current, that what amount of current this motor will be taken out. This will be the EMF equation, which is again similar to our equation which we have already studied in case of generator. Back EMF equation and torque equation. If we go to our physical significance, why this back EMF is required, and sometimes this back EMF is also known as counter EMF. Also known as counter EMF. That means as and when we know that this back EMF, if we go to this equation, this back EMF will depend upon these two parameters. One parameter is our this speed, and this another one will be flux. Let's consider that this flux is remaining as a constant. If flux is constant, then wholly this back EMF will depend upon our speed. But initially when motor is starting, that value of back EMF is 0, because this back EMF directly depend upon speed. But initially the speed of motor is 0. If this will be 0, then this back EMF will be 0. If this back EMF is 0, this armature current solely depend upon our input voltage value. For example, input voltage value is 220 volt and the armature resistance is just of our, we can say that 20 ohms, which is very high. Practically it is 10 or another more ohm. For example, if we take this is a 10 ohm, then the current flowing through this motor is a 22 ampere, which is very high. As and when motor is taken up some speed, that means n have some value, this 220 minus this will be reduce some value, and it will be reduce this armature current. That means EB make the, that means back EMF make the motor to draw as much IA armature current as it is just sufficient to develop the required torque. Because if we say that, see this to develop a torque, this IA is necessary. That means to rotate a DC motor, this current is necessary to develop in a machine. So to develop this torque, we need IA. Then this EB make this as a self-regulating. कि कितनी इसकी value change करेगी, that further depend upon EB. Then we take two condition for study. That is, first condition at no load condition. That means when on motor there will be a no load, motor is running. At no load condition, small torque is required to overcome the frictional and windage losses, as we know that. Therefore, IA, that is armature current, is small and the EB is nearly equal to V, or we can say that V input. Either we can say that V or we can say that. For that condition, when motor is a light loaded condition, this EB is approximately equal to Vn. For example, if input voltage is 220 volt, so EB is approximately equal to 220 volt at that condition. If it is 220, then this current is very small. But as and when load will increases, load is nothing that the load which is on shaft, which will increase. If load will increase, the torque requirement is more, because it has to overcome more mechanical force. Torque requirement is more. If torque is more, then armature current is more, according to this equation. If torque requirement is more, this armature current is more. If armature current is more, EB reduced, because it directly depend upon EB. EB will reduce, which allow a larger current to flow through the armature, and larger current means increase the driving current. If EB will be decreases, this current will be increases. Then go to another condition. एज द लोड ऑन मोटर, अब क्या करते हैं, हमने पहले मैक्सिमम लोड दे दिया है, अब हम लोड को इंक्रीज कर रहे हैं. इफ लोड विल बी इंक्रीज डिक्रीज, सॉरी इंक्रीज नहीं, डिक्रीज, देन लोड रिक्वायरमेंट आल्सो डिक्रीज. इफ लोड रिक्वायरमेंट आल्सो डिक्रीज, दैट मींस दिस IA रिक्वायरमेंट आल्सो डिक्रीज. इफ IA रिक्वायरमेंट आल्सो डिक्रीज, दिस EMF अगेन इंक्रीज. This EMF also increase, EB is also increase and causes a IA to decrease. Now, if EB is increasing, this IA will be reduced because this V remains constant. This will be the equation, V minus EB. Only variable is this EB, and this voltage is constant, 220 volt or 200 volt, and this will be also variable IA, and it further depend upon torque. That means this EB make, if we say nutshell or a single line, this EB in DC motor regulate the flow of IA according to the requirement of load on shaft. कि आपकी शाफ्ट में कितना लोड है, उस हिसाब से कितने करंट की रिक्वायरमेंट है, दैट कैन बी रेगुलेटेड बाय आवर बैक EMF. दैट कैन बी रेगुलेटेड बाय आवर बैक EMF. That can be regulated by our back EMF.